NFL football has come to Southern Nevada as we are in the menacing new Allegiant Stadium here in Las Vegas. The atmosphere here electric. No matter the venue, the home folks love their silver and black. They are fired up as their Raiders get set to face on with the Cincinnati Bengals. And we are underway here in Las Vegas. Here comes Darius Phillips out of the end zone. First down gets him a yard to the 26.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Burrow on play action. And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's 3rd down. We documented it last week. They played so well defensively. 4 interceptions. Tried to get their hands on another one there.
And when you've had 4 the previous week, you are just itching for more the very next week. And there was a great opportunity. It went by the wayside. But let's not underscore what's going on with this defensive unit. They are around the ball every time it's being put in the air.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. He's a reigning AFC Offensive Player of the Week, and defensively, they have to find an answer for him.
And that's what you would do if you were calling plays, right?
Yeah,
you'd make sure that he gets targeted. But the thing about it is the route running. That's what makes him so dangerous, is because no matter what is presented defensively, he runs his route with such skill that he's able to go up and get the football first in each and every situation.
Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Play action. It's Burrow. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. So, Charles, you talk about this head coach and his future with this franchise. Look, it's been a frustrating year, and I think we saw some of that frustration boil over at his weekly press conference earlier in the week.
Yeah, he's trying to say all the right things, isn't he? But he's heard the rumors. He knows what's going on out there. And right now, he is tired of having to answer the question, are you on the hot seat in every meeting with reporters? This week, he kind of said, I've had enough. And I don't blame him. He looks like a guy that may very well be out the door.
On is the punter Charlton now as he's able to get this one away. And this will be touchdown inside the 20. They'll spot it at the 18-yard line. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. First rep of the game for Josh Jacobs. Still churning. Room here to run. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A big play there for the Raiders.
Good, strong, explosive run that started inside, which means you've got to control those defensive linemen, the defensive tackles, the nose guards. Those guys have to be controlled. How about the offensive line, the job they just did?
Yeah, key that A-gap usually on those runs, right?
That's where it all starts, because everyone wants to kind of control that area. It disrupts things from the defensive side and the offensive side. As we just saw, it opens up possibilities.
A run with Jacobs there on 1st down, but he'll manage only a yard or 2 at best. 2nd down coming up. Well, this defense for the Bengals, they were fantastic a week ago in that win over Houston.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. So he was past the line of scrimmage when he threw it.
And as they say, that's a no-no. Got to be able to understand where you are on the field and not cross the line before throwing the ball downfield.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Franks now. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Fletcher Cox, the former Mississippi State Bulldog, ringing the cowbell there on the sack. On fourth down, A.J. Cole comes on to punt. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. A 40-yard punt, no return. And the Bengals will have a 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. The Bengals drive about to get going. As mentioned, this one of the hottest teams in the NFL, riding that winning streak into this one, but now playing here on Thursday night. Do you think that this helps or hurts their momentum?
Well, ordinarily, I'd say it hurts the momentum because now you get that short week. But when a team's playing as well as they are, it actually allows them to down focus and only worry about themselves and less about their opponent. So when you're playing well, you just worry about the things you're doing well and let the opponent deal with that.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. Do you know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Burrow. And the catch made. It's Tyler Boyd. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Now Burrow on 1st down. Man open. That's Jamar Chase complete. And he's got this down to the 35. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. And he'll give it here to his running back. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Off the play fake, here's Burrow. Oh, great grab by Chase. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5.
That's a big league job there of getting out of the pocket, not panicking, and just buying himself some time. Then he made a good, accurate throw to set up 1st and goal.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And they get him down at the 1. He had the broken tackle, but ultimately could not get into the end zone. And give him 5 that time as they draw a bit closer here for a 2nd and goal. They'll try again. And this time they were waiting for it as he'll be knocked out before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
And now 3rd and goal coming up, the loss on 2nd down. That just means this crowd's going to get even louder, and they'll get a little bit of extra help from the defenders as they exhort them to join them in the effort.
They'll run here on 3rd and goal. And not going to be able to push this forward. He runs into a wall right at the line of scrimmage. What a stand so far defensively. And now that's going to bring up a 4th and goal. They'll try and run for it. And he is in. Touchdown, Bengals. A great play there. with his 28th touchdown, drawing level with Sean Alexander for the second most in a single year. And the Bengals' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Extra point by McPherson, up and good, and it's now a 7-0 game.
7, Raiders nothing.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone.
First and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They are currently mired in a losing streak. Now they get the short week for the Thursday night game. Do you see that as a potential positive, or is this just more in what has been really a string of bad luck for them?
Well, to me, it comes down to leadership, and leadership's got to spin it into a positive and make it an advantage for them. Yes, we're in a losing streak. Yes, no one thinks we can win, but we have the resources we need right here in this room. Let's go ahead and play better. Let's hang together and shock the world a little bit. Put it all together, they've got a chance of coming out with a W.
Off the play fake, here's Franks. He'll let this go deep for Ruggs. This is intercepted. Picked off at the 11. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, his arm strength never an issue, but this one winds up in the wrong hands.
Oh, the coverage here is just terrific because when it's done really well, sometimes you can't distinguish whether it's the receiver or the defensive back the ball's intended for. He actually ran with him in perfect motion and able to make a big-time play.
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
13-yard line.
Now Burrow. This is caught by Evans. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Now they go play action now. Burrow. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
They go play action with Burrow. Got a man open. It's Chase.
Burrow's pass complete to Jamar Chase. A gain of 7. First down, Cincinnati.
Come on, Reek.
First down. Here's Burrow. Going up top. And this is caught. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Jamar Chase, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Bengals are able to grow their lead. And McPherson on for the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0.
Makes the score Bengals 14, Raiders nothing.
So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown. So decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan? or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Setting up play action. Franks. He'll have a first down past the 40. And he's going to get this to the 40-yard line.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Logan Wilson in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Two minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Here's a throw dropped off to his fullback. It'll go as a gain of 4, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot, because we saw the catch there, right? He made it, but he's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put there.
Yeah, didn't get the big yardage there you might out of a smaller back. They go play action with Franks. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let it go deep. Right sideline. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
So 1 first down on that drive, and that's it. Forced to take the deep shot on 3rd down and couldn't hit it. Now they have to punt this one away.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. This will be a 41-yard punt, 3 on the return. And the Bengals will take over here, 1st and 10. The Bengals drive about to get going. And now consider the lead. The question is, how much is good enough? Are you going for more?
It's the NFL. There's never enough, I believe, because they get reeled in all the time when you sit on the ball. I think that they will try and move the ball downfield and try and squeeze a few more points out of this first half. They'll be careful. They'll be a little bit cautious at times, but also they will attack downfield and try and get in position for at least 3 points.
Here's 2nd and 10. Burrow will throw. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. You know, if following up on this head coach and the pressure that he is under, CD, I want to switch it to you because you've been on winning teams, but I know you've been in similar situations too where things just are not going well. How do you approach that as a player?
It's a tough approach, Brandon, because you actually have to do the opposite of what you would think. You know, in your mind, you're thinking, I redouble my efforts, I go harder. In a sense, you have to back off a little bit. You have to do a little bit less. Do what you're supposed to do, but don't take on the pressures of doing more and trying to do your teammates' jobs as well. If you do that, that's really going to lead to more issues.
It's a 42-yard punt. They keep him to just a yard on the return. And the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. On 1st and 10, Franks. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
That's an excellent play by the defender. He diagnosed that one, closed quickly, and helped force the incompletion.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. It's Franks now from the shotgun. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off at the 22. And he'll take this back all the way up past the 45-yard line. Well, Charles, you know, so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though.
This is caught at the 20. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Jamar Chase as the first half is winding down. And the Bengals would extend their lead here just before halftime. McPherson on for the point after. And it is now 21-0.
Makes the score Bengals 21, Raiders nothing.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they really won't have much time to work with. Just 19 seconds showing on the clock. Frank's throw into the hands of Fan. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Franks looking to throw. Buying time to his left. He'll have a first down past the 40. And he'll finally be taken down just shy of midfield. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter.
Big stop, D. Big stop. Let's go. Zulu Black. 55. Right there in the middle. 55. Green Jacks. Watch the backer.
A final shot before break. Franks. He's got Perriman. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17 as we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball into the end zone.
A leap, and he's got it. He got it. And they're going to have this way down in Cincinnati territory. It's a big play there for Vegas. Typically with catches like that, we talk about the height of the wide receiver, but he's one of the shorter receivers in the NFL.
And it doesn't seem to matter, does it? Put the tape measure away. How about some of these guys under 6 feet tall? Antonio Brown, T.Y. Hilton, and Super Bowl 53 MVP, Julian Edelman.
Not quite the success they had last play. This one goes for 3 yards. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a third down.
Brings up third down and 7.
Here's a handoff to Jacobs. The football comes out. Jacobs lost it, and the Bengals grab it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Partner, you know how often we hear about the red zone, right? From the 20-yard line going in, that's scoring zone, getting points on the board. A lot of teams call from the 10-yard line in the green zone. That's your money zone. He fumbles the ball inside the money zone. You have one job, take care of the ball. That didn't happen.
And a productive gain out to the 14 after starting at the 7. It's a gain of 7. A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Burrow looking to pass. Trying to get it to Chase, but it's intercepted. Jonathan Abram picks it. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the third quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team.
And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Josh Jacobs with another touchdown, number 24 on the year. And the Raiders take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead will be cut down to 14. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. To return it, Darius Phillips. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Bengals drive about to get going. Their lead down from 21 to 14, but still sitting in a great spot. Up 2 scores here in the third quarter. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down. They've been trying and trying, but they haven't sacked him yet. He's been able to get away and make plays. Tried to make another one downfield right there, but to no avail. They'll have to keep up the pursuit, though, and not let him get hot.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Now it's Burrow. They'll fire this deep for Gallup. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Merrick. And the Raiders are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. Well, this offense, yeah, they keep wanting more and more and more, but they kind of got to be careful here, CD. I mean, we're still in the third quarter. This game isn't over yet.
I would agree with you there because while they've had all kinds of success and hit on some deep balls like this, the one thing they can't do is start to get loose with the football. A lot of time left, as you mentioned, and if they keep turning it over, they'll bring them back into the game.
Frank's throw complete there to Perriman. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
86 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. Working with a 2nd and 3. Now Franks. That is taken in by the tight end Fant. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And a pickup of about 4 down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Now a 2nd down and 6. Franks. Throw right side, going to be caught by Waller. Touchdown, Raiders! Darren Waller, his second touchdown on the season. And the Raiders have cut it back to within a score. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
The Bengals take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And their lead cut in half by that touchdown a moment ago. They are up 7 as they begin this drive, first and 10. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
On 2nd and 9, Burrow. And now ball going to be intercepted yet again. Picked off by Trayvon Merrick. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line.
The Raiders take over first and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Franks now to throw on first down. Steps away to his left. And he wisely will throw that one away.
That was nice work there defensively to force incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
Franks now. Got a man. It's Darren Waller. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. Well, that's always a good place to throw it just because he's one of the biggest targets not only on this team but in the National Football League.
And you and I both know the quarterbacks love these large-bodied tight ends, and why not? Nowadays, they're really wide receivers who are just taller and have a little bit more weight. These guys catch the football, make big plays downfield. In the old days, we wanted them to block. Now coaches want them to catch the football first.
Now a second down throw. Here's Franks. They'll find his tight end. That's Waller. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover. And they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a first and goal.
Here's Jacobs. And he loses the football the second time. Could have been a costly mistake, but as it turns out, they keep possession.
You can't give away these types of opportunities in the red zone. And I'm sure that was flashing through his brain as the ball escaped his hands. Fortunately for him, able to get picked up by his team, fumble recovered. They still have an opportunity deep in the red zone.
Very fortunate to get another shot. Here's second and goal. Now Franks off the bootleg here. And he finds Waller in the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Darren Waller, his second touchdown of the game, his third on the year. And the Raiders are an extra point away from tying this ball game here in the final moments of the third quarter. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that will tie our game here in the third. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. The Bengals drive about to get going. They'll need to regroup after the costly interception last time. It led to a tying touchdown. 21 all is where we stand, and they've got it first and 10. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down. Nice job there on the tackle. Keep him to the short gain. And, of course, he got some good news this week. He was named AFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's effort.
And part of the reason he got that award, because of plays like that. Not every play is spectacular. Not every play is for a loss. Make the plays that are in front of you, keep it to short gains, and you pile up statistics.
80 yards rushing for him in this one as he starts to draw nearer to a 1,500-yard campaign. Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10. A handoff as they run the counter play. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Burrow on play action. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 24-yard line. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Blitz coming, and down he goes. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on first down on the sack. Defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
A 4-yard pickup that gets them going forward, but still 15 yards left on 3rd down. They'd love to get a little closer if they need to kick the field goal on 4th down. From this spot, it's 46 yards. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to go up top for the end zone. That's to Chase. He's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati. Jamar Chase, 29 yards. And the Bengals have taken the lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good, and they will take a 7-point lead. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away.
The 25-yard line. The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And now, after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this 4th quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Once again, it's Jacobs. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game. Looking to throw. Franks. That is caught. It's Perriman. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
A first down throw. Here's Franks. He'll let this go deep for Ruggs. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And the Bengals are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line. Well, when you start thinking of guys that are in the mix for Defensive Player of the Year, I think you use him as Exhibit A. Maybe he's not the leading guy right now, but he's at least on the periphery and deserves to be in the discussion.
And because of that, he's looking at a game today where in order to make that big move and maybe become the guy, he needs multiple takeaways, multiple big plays, things that get our attention and reverberate for weeks to come.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll get it out to midfield. Let's say, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Now a handoff looking right. And powering through at the 35. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. 114 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. Now Burrow on 1st down. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And this one is incomplete.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep. Try and throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they run successful.
You can't block me. You can't block me. Shit. Go. 11.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Flushed out right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
Throwing now is Joe Burrow. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Looks like a 9-yard loss. And it also brings up 4th. And this won't get there. Won't be on line either. It's no good. Off to the right. And this score will stay right where it is. But things just got interesting. They tried for the long field goal there to salt this one away. They don't get it. And now a little time for the other guys to mount a late drive.
Well, they thought their kicker would put it through the post and finish this one off. I'm sure they discussed pooch punting it and letting their defense take over. Well, the defense now has to make it stand up, but they didn't get the best field position because the ball comes back to the line of scrimmage.
Tackle made there by Chidobe Awuzie.
At the 47-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Back to throw. And his throw here is incomplete. 3rd and long coming up. Defensively, you pressure the quarterback or drape all over the passing lane?
Yes, that's exactly
both.
what you do. It's both because they're not mutually exclusive. They may have been at one time in football, but not anymore. You want to have that pressure. If you have a big-time pass rusher, send him after the quarterback, and then make sure you blanket the field.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. That's what they need right now. Get the 1st down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
He's back to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there. And it's 2nd down.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
They'll look to throw. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. He'll look to throw. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge, and that's good enough for a first down. A big play there for the Raiders. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Every defensive staff harps on limiting explosive plays. Job not so well done there.
Yeah, they talk about it all the time. A lot harder to stop, though, isn't it? And when you think of an explosive play, most offensive staffs define them as passes of 20 or more yards and runs of 15 or more yards.
They went zooming past that number there. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Here's a handoff to Jacobs running left. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Jacobs. And here come the whistles and a timeout with 7 seconds left.
That's another Las Vegas first down. 1st and goal at the 1-yard line.
A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. And he is across and in for the score. And now they can tie the game in the final stages with the extra point.
Or they can go for 2 and go for the win. Obviously, the excitement level here is almost a fever pitch. Down 1 is tempted to go for 2. I say you go ahead and kick the extra point. You got the home crowd carried into overtime.
I'm with you. I do see some fans, though, holding up 2 fingers. Easy now.
Yeah, but they're not the ones who have to actually make that call, are they?
One final shot. They'll look to throw. And they don't get it. It's incomplete. They gambled for the win, and they trail by 1 here in the final moments. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Victory all but assured now as they take a knee here, and they're going to escape with a 1-point victory. So this one in the win column.